Spec Mod Budweiser Championship night at the races. Into the box they go. Green flag. Whoa. Wattenbarger jumps to the inside and launches. Galvin will tow out. Wattenbarger. Ed Coffey in 3. Mason 4. Barkett sitting in the 5 spot. Jim Coffey in the 8. The 30 of Bill Stevens up in the mix in that group. Shane Thompson pulls rear, 1 down. I show this thing set for 30. And Galvin is pumped, coming off the win, leading it right now into 4. Whoa, Wattenbarger a little loose in 3-4. He recovers. Mason now into 3rd. Ed Red shuffled back into the 4th spot. No change for Barkett, holding down the top 5 in the 5-9 car. Stevens makes his way around the outside of Jocelyn. He'll take over 8. Points lead coming in. Spec Mods. Jim Coffey, 3 wins, 8 top 5s, 21-point lead on Wattenbarger. And then, of course, Galvin, 1 win, 5 top 5s. He sits in 3rd with 352 points, finds himself out front right now. No change for Wattenbarger 2. No change for your leader. KGET Sunrise Morning News anchor Jason Galvin. As pumped as he was last weekend, he's excited and grinning underneath that helmet right now, Hughes.
He certainly is, and he's got a nice advantage over the 97 of Tanner Wattenbarger, who is being pressured by the 55 of Mike Mason. Mason with a little bumper tag going into turn number 1. Perfect little bump and run. Pushes the 97 up the racetrack just a bit. Mike Mason tries to move to the inside. Cannot get a fit. Well, these things don't have fenders. Cannot get a wheel to the inside of that left rear quarter panel on the 97 as Tanner Wattenbarger will hang on to that 2nd spot. Jason Galvin now with a little over a 2nd advantage over these 2 cars, battling for that runner-up position out of turn number 2, Jay.
Yeah, Wattenbarger, I mentioned earlier, double duty, doing 100 laps tonight. 235s in the late model, 30 here in the Spec Mod. Pulls up on the outside. Mason giving him a little fit. Mason will go inside. Wattenbarger chooses outside, sticks it side by side as they come out of 1 and 2. Meanwhile, while they battle, JG building the lead out front. Galvin not running from that, trying to extend it and go 2 in a row. Ed Red in the 9, holding down the 4 spot as they come down in front of me. Jim Coffey, your points leader in 5. Barkett 6, Thompson into 7, Stevens running 8, and Jocelyn still holding 9. Les Schwab Tires Spec Mod unleashed here at KCRP.
I'll tell you what, this wheel-to-wheel battle between the 55 of Mike Mason and the 97 of Tanner Wattenbarger is fun to watch. I just let you go on, Jay, and just walk down the lineup there, but my eyes were glued to this duo. They're still going at it. Now Mike Mason in the 55 clears the 97 and takes over 2nd spot, but for the last 2.5 laps, those 2 competitors were wheel-to-wheel, very close quarters, as the Coffey brothers are going to cross the stripe right now, nearly at a dead heat. Ed Coffey in the 9, Jim Coffey in the 8. Your points leader, the 8 car, Jim Coffey, looking to be crowned a champion tonight here at Kern County Raceway in the Les Schwab Tires Spec Mods. Now completes the pass on his younger brother, Ed, and takes over 4th. Mike Mason able to put some real estate between himself and the number 97 of Tanner Wattenbarger, but those 3 cars have got a pretty substantial lead on the rest of the field as we're approaching the halfway point. This time by, it'll be 12 down and 18 to go, Jay.
Mason starting to break away from Wattenbarger. Coffey brothers, 4 and 5 split there. Jim, the points leader, as you said, looking to secure that championship tonight in this Les Schwab Tires Spec Mod class. This is what it comes down to, folks. We start at the beginning of the year. Teams build these cars up in the offseason. Drivers get prepared, and it all comes down to this. It all comes down to this.
It certainly does. It started in April with Les Schwab Tires Night at the Races on April 1st, Jason Reed. I know you remember that one. That was an exciting night. And now it ends tonight with their final points race. But we got one more race for the Les Schwab Tires Spec Mods. To be a non-points affair later on this year. They'll be racing with the Spears Southwest Tour Series on October 28th. Yeah, it's real close to Halloween, Jason Reed, so we're going to invite all the kids out to trick or treat with the drivers. We'll also have a fireworks show that night with, of course, our Halloween-themed music. And with the movie It coming out recently, yeah, I'm sure some of that music will be played during the fireworks. Back up front to your leader, the 32 of Jason Galvin, picking up right where he left off just a week ago with a pretty substantial lead over a very fast number 55 of Mike Mason. Just a tick over a second still is the lead of Jason Galvin, and I'll tell you what, he may get used to this deal. Oh boy, the 42 of Shane Thompson, the Bricks Lounge, thumbs up, cancer down, going right over to our Motorsports Fire and Rescue team. He believes he may have something on fire on that 42. He quickly got out of the racing line and pulled inside in a safe spot. And Motorsports Fire and Rescue DJ safety crew going to work on that one. Where's our leader? There he is, coming out of turn number 4. 18 down, Jason Reed, up to you.
No change for Galvin. I was going to go into a casual conversation with you. You tend to talk to these drivers, just a bit, I'm sure, during the week. How has Galvin been? You heard from him, little text. Was he pumped on last weekend's win?
Well, I heard that he slept all week with his trophy in his bed. I don't know if he can fit another one in there, especially this one. These beautiful awards tonight for Budweiser Championship night at the races are just unbelievable. Of course, 2 40-ounce Budweiser bottles and then the America Budweiser can on top. And I just got to thank Randy Raymond Jr. for doing such a fantastic job for those awards tonight, as he does each and every Saturday night. But these special ones are really cool. 20 down and 10 to go now, Jason Reed. But, yeah, Jason Galvin seemed to be pretty pumped up, no doubt about it. I don't know if we'd be able to handle him if he wins 2 in a row. No, I'm sure he'll be fine. There you see the smoke from the 42 of Shane Thompson as he crosses the stripe. Of course, several laps down, and he'll probably pull it off into the pits and get out of that machine before he does any further damage. Galvin still maintaining and growing his lead over the 55 of Mike Mason. 1.1 seconds last time by when they crossed the stripe for lap 21 now. 8 more to go. Just 4 miles for 2 in a row for Jason Galvin. That's going to be amazing.
Folks, if you're watching this and you were out last week, Steve Hughes and I, we've been doing this for 10, 15, 20 years plus. I tell you what, when you chase your first win, and Steve can agree with me, you come off that first win, you see it Supercross, you see it moto, you see it road racing, the big NASCAR. Steve Hughes, there is something dangerous about confidence, and I tell you what, you got to think Galvin has that right now.
He certainly does, and he's got one of the best race cars on the track. That 55 machine was dominant here at Kern County Raceway for several years. Of course, that's the old number 17 machine driven by Johnny White, who every time he stepped into the Spec Mod division would come across the stripe as the winner. And he is able to keep that number 55 car, now owned and driven by Mike Mason and their crew, and he's able to keep them at bay. And it seems to me like Mason's starting to chip away just a bit. Nope, I'm incorrect. 1.135 seconds over the 55 with just 5 laps to go, Jason Reed.
5 to go here. Caution free through 25. This thing's slated for 30. Les Schwab Tires NASCAR Spec Mod main event underway. Up next, Hughes and I are going to call another exciting one, folks. Stick around. It's a NASCAR mini stocks on the quarter mile, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah, the mini stock's going to come down to this final race, Jason Reed. Only 6 points coming into today, separating Brock Mello, who's in second, and your defending champion, Damian Leiniger. Of course, we have to see who scored the bonus points for qualifying quick today to see where we're at as far as the point separation, but that could come down to the final lap of their final points main event of the season, just as it did last year when Damian Leiniger won his first track championship. Talking about laps winding down, 28 in the books this time by. We've been caution free. Can he go wire to wire, Jason Reed? The 32 machine of Jason Galvin has been at the point since the drop of the green flag. He has not relinquished the lead, and he's going to see what the white flag as your leader this time by. Jay, take me around the final half mile for the 32 of Jason Galvin.
Trying to go back-to-back out of Bakersfield, California, driving the Crush Fine Dining, STZ Motorsports, A1 Business Center. He is your KGET morning news sunrise anchor, Galvin. Pumped on last week and into 3 and 4. White flag is out. He'll see checkers this time through. Last time through the start box, and Galvin takes 2 in a row. Jason Galvin picking up the win here in Les Schwab Tires Spec Mod. Mike Mason, who ran a great race, climbed through, tried to close the gap on Galvin, finishing in second, and your points leader in the number 8, and the championship should be secured. Jim Coffey finishing third. Raymond's Trophy Victory Lane going to get full here shortly. Spec Mods making their way over.
Well, I'll tell you this, race fans, if I were to ask Jason Galvin if he was going to be able to make it to Raymond's Trophy Victory Lane twice in 2017, he probably would have laughed me right out of KGET studios, I can tell you that. But tonight he completes it, 2 wins in a row. He goes back-to-back in the number 32 machine. And like you said, Jason Reed, confidence is scary. You get that first win under your belt. You got some momentum. You got a great team. You got a great piece that you're driving. And I'll tell you what, congratulations to Jason Galvin on 2 wins in a row. Pretty amazing. And I'll tell you what, I hope he doesn't return the favor of dumping a water bottle on my head this time in Raymond's Trophy Victory Lane, because I've got all this electronics on me, and I don't want to get shocked. And ladies and gentlemen, he's got his helmet off. He's got his safety equipment off. Budweiser Championship night here at Kern County Raceway. Your winner of the Les Schwab Tires 30, holding off a very fast Mike Mason, is Jason Galvin for 2 wins in a row.
Nice.
He'll go and hug his crew, give thanks to everybody. Who'd have thunk it? Moving him out of the 42 into the 32 would pay off like this for Jason Galvin. I got electronics on. Hey, man, congratulations. Wow. 2 in a row. Who'd have ever thunk it?
Oh, man, not me. Not at the start of the year. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the fans that came out all year. It means so much to us. As somebody who's been with Steve is in track management, to have this many people here on championship night, thank you so, so much. Come back for the big races at the end of the year. Come back next year. We really appreciate it. This one's for everybody who's helped us on this car all year. From Addison, thanks for coming out today. Brock, Shane, Paul, crushing A1 on this car. On Thumbs Up Cancer Down on my normal car. 3-way Chevy, Lucas Oil, Bricks, It's Your Party, DJ. I can't thank them enough. Everybody who's ever helped me get here is so cool to me. My dad is here tonight, right there, and he didn't get to come last week. So it's a pretty big deal for me, if you can't tell. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. How much did your confidence level play into this win tonight?
Oh, man, it's not even a conversation. After the way the last 2 races have gone in this car, and then, we had an issue in qualifying, and I just stink at qualifying, and we got a lucky invert, I'm not going to lie. And Shane just told me, he said, just send it in turn 1, Eric Bruss, my spotter, did such a great job, 2 races in a row. Same thing, he coached me through turn 1. You got to clear him, you got to clear him. And the second that we cleared, he just, last week we got out front and I was a little nervous, so I kind of cruised. I didn't want to mess anything up. This week we got out front and I ran a qualifying lap for 30 laps, just hoping to stay ahead of the 55. He's so good. And it was pretty cool to look up in the mirror those last 10 laps and see that he wasn't catching me anymore. So
he wasn't getting much bigger.
No. Big congratulations by Jim Coffey. That's the class of the field all year, and not a more respectful team out here. From the day I showed up, Jim and Ed have always been so great in helping me and trying to get me along, so they definitely earned this.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Your wire-to-wire leader tonight in the Les Schwab Tires 30, Jason Galvin, with 2 wins in a row. Finishing up in second place.